I made this synthwave track and I thought I'd show you guys how I created it. Let's get into it. Started off with the chord progression. I use triads and just work off a very basic key. The chords are adding the emotion and adding the feeling behind it, but the arpeggiator is adding that movement to it. So I started off with those broken chords that I turned into arpeggiators. And then from that point, I'm just trying to build this melody. I think of my melody in chunks. I take one chunk, I make a riff. I take those notes and I duplicate that. And this one, I decided every one bar, I would switch it up. I'm gonna move on to the bass line. I usually just use the root notes of the chord progression I built, and usually those root notes sound very good when I'm making bass lines. And I literally just made like eighth note hits. It didn't sound interesting enough to me. I'm trying to look for different grooves. I'm looking for different parts of this bass line that I can use and create a call and response kind of interaction between the melodies and the bass line. And when I do that, it creates more depth to the sound. And then the next part, I use the drum loop from Oliver's Power Tools. You can find this on Splice. I basically took that drum loop, I chopped it up. So I got these drums and I got these hats that I use that I chopped up and added a different groove to. And then from that point, it's really just trying to arrange it in a more interesting way. So when I come to this arrangement, I'm almost there, but I just need those finishing touches. And those finishing touches start with like very simple ideas like automation. Trying to automate the volume, trying to automate the filters, trying to automate any movement that I possibly can to add more depth to the sound. This is going to be a part of my series called Behind the Keyboard. This is a series where I show producers just like you how to create different types of genres within Studio One. If you like videos like that, please consider subscribing. And as always, thank you for watching my video.